Good morning, students. Today we will discuss the productive properties of T2 spaces and T1 spaces. So firstly, let us discuss the productive property of T2 spaces. So the product of T2 spaces is again T2 if and only if each component space is T2. Let us take a collection of topological spaces xi tau I, where I belongs to index set. This will be the collection of T2 spaces, and let us take x is the product of these xi, and let us take tau be the product topology on the set x, and let us define alpha, which is the collection of all those subsets of x which are of the form product of ai, where ai is equal to xi for all I except one I, and for that I, ai is open in xi. We already discussed these type of collections forms are defining subbase for the product topology tau on x. Now let us suppose each component space xi is T2, and we claim that the product space x that is also T2. Now in order to prove that the product space is T2, let us take two distinct points x and y from this topological space. Now because x and y belongs to x, so by definition of product space x, x is of the form of product of xi, where I belongs to index set and each xi belongs to the coordinate space xi. Also y belongs to x. By definition, y is the product of yi, where these yi's for every I belongs to the coordinate space xi. Now because x and y are different, it means there exists at least one j belonging to index set such that jth coordinate of x is not equal to jth coordinate of y. It means xj is not equal to yj. Now xj and yj are two distinct points of the space xj, and xj is T2 space, so distinct points will have disjoint neighborhoods. It means there exists an open set G which is neighborhood of xj, and an open set H which is neighborhood of yj, and these two neighborhoods are disjoint. Now we are to find the disjoint neighborhoods of the elements x and y. So let us form the sets of the form of products. So let us define A is equal to product of ai, where ai's are equal to xi for every I which is different from j, and aj is equal to j. It means in this product the jth coordinate we have defined this set, and all the other coordinates we have defined by xi. When I is not equal to j, we have defined ai is equal to xi. In the same way, we have defined a set B which is the product of bi, where for I not equal to j, each coordinate of this set B that is equal to xi, and when I is equal to j, jth coordinate of this product we have defined by h. Now we have obtained two sets A and B which are of the form of very special products, and such kind of members belongs to the defining subbase of product topology. So by definition we can say that A and B are members of product topology of X. So we can say that A and B are open in X. Now because x belongs to A and y belongs to B, so we can say that A is neighborhood of x and B is neighborhood of y. Now just it remains to prove that these two neighborhoods are disjoint. So let us find A intersection B. Now A is product of AI and B is product of BI. Now this can further be written as product of AI intersection BI. Now this product is phi because if one of the component space is phi, then the product space is also phi. So we have proved A intersection B is phi. It means distinct points of the topological space X have disjoint neighborhoods. So this proves that X is T2 space. So we have proved the first part, that product of T2 spaces is again T2. Now we prove the converse part. Conversely, we will take that the product space is T2 and we prove that each component space is T2. Components of X are denoted by Xi, where I belongs to index set. Let us take an arbitrary suffix j from the index set I. Now we claim that Xj is T2. Now in order to prove that Xj is T2, let us take two distinct elements from the set Xj. These two distinct elements we have taken as A and B. A and B are distinct elements of the topological space Xj. Now because we are given X is T2, so in order to use X is T2, we require two distinct elements of the set X. So let us form two elements X, X and Y. X we have taken as product of Xi, where these Xi belongs to the coordinate spaces Xi for every I belonging to the index set, and the jth coordinate of this product we have taken as A. In the same way, we have defined Y. Y is the product of Yi, where each Yi is equal to Xi for every I which is different from J, and jth coordinate we have defined as B. Now, because A and B are distinct, so we can say that the jth coordinate of X and jth coordinate of Y are distinct. So we can say that X and Y are distinct points of the topological space X. But X is T2 space, so distinct points will have disjoint neighborhoods. So there exists a neighborhood V of X and V star of Y such that these two neighborhoods are disjoint. Now let us take beta be the defining base for the product topology. So by definition of defining base, there exists A belonging to beta for V belonging to tau such that X belongs to A is contained in V, and also there exists B belonging to beta such that Y belongs to B is contained in V star. Now because A is contained in V, B is contained in V star, so A intersection B is contained in V intersection V star. But V intersection V star is phi. So from here we can say that A intersection B is phi. Now because A and B belongs to beta and beta is the defining base for the product topology, and we know that the members of defining base are of the form of special products. So we can define A and B in the form of special products. By definition of special products, A will be of the form of product of AI, where AI is equal to Xi for all i's except finitely many i's, and for those finitely many i's, AI's belongs to the topology tau. In the same way, because B belongs to defining base, so by definition of special products, B will be of the form product of BI, where BI is equal to Xi for all except finitely many i's, and for those i's, BI belongs to the topology tau I. Now because from here A intersection B is phi, now substituting the values of A and B, we have product of AI intersection product of BI, that is phi. So this can further be written as product of AI intersection BI's, that is phi. Now let us consider I not equal to j, and we find the intersection of AI with BI. Now because xi belongs to AI and yi belongs to BI for every I belonging to the index set, and by our defining of x and y, each yj is equal to xi when I and j are different. So from here, combining these three, we can say that xi belongs to bi for every I which is not equal to j. Now because xi belongs to ai and also xi belongs to bi, so we can say that xi belongs to ai intersection bi whenever I and j are different. It means whenever I and j are different, intersection of each ai with bi is non-empty. It means whenever I and j are same, ai intersection bi, that will be phi. So we can say that aj intersection bj, that is phi. Now by our defining, xj is a, and this is the element of aj, and yj, that is b, which is the element of bj. Now we claim that these aj and bj, these are open sets. Now by our definings of a and b, aj is either belonging to the topology tau j or aj is equal to xj. Now because xj is always in the topology tau j, so we can say that aj belongs to the topology tau j, and similarly we can say that bj, that also belongs to the topology tau j, and therefore we can say that aj and bj, these are open sets, and also because xj belongs to aj and yj belongs to bj, it means aj is neighborhood of xj and bj, that is the neighborhood of yj, and also these two neighborhoods are disjoint. So we have proved for two distinct points xj and yj of the topological space xj, we have disjoint neighborhoods. So we can say that the topological space xj is T2 space. This j was an arbitrary chosen suffix from the set of indexes, so we can say that each coordinate space xi is T2. So this proves that when the product space is T2, each coordinate space, that is also T2. So this completes the productive property of T2 spaces. Now our last theorem in this section is the productive property of T1 spaces. So next we discuss productive property of T1 spaces. Means product of T1 spaces is T1. Let us take a collection of topological spaces xi to I, where I belongs to the index set I, and let x is the product of these xi's. Then we claim that x is T1 if and only if each coordinate space xi is T1. So first of all, let us take each coordinate space xi is T1, and we claim that x, which is the product space of these collection of topological spaces, that is T1 space. Now we already discussed various characterizations of T1 spaces, and we know that a topological space is T1 space if and only if every singleton in this space is closed. So in order to prove that x is T1, we claim that every singleton set consisting of the element x, that is closed for every x belonging to the topological space x. Now in order to prove that singleton x is closed, we claim that its closure is identical with itself. Now in order to prove this, we use the property that for a collection of sets we have the closure of product is equal to the product of closure of the coordinate spaces. So using that property, we can say that the product of closures of singleton sets consisting of element xi, that is same as the closure of product of these xi's. Now product of these xi's, that becomes singleton x. So we can say that closure of singleton x is equal to product of closures of singleton xi's. Now because we are given that each coordinate space is T1, it means xi is T1 for every I belonging to the index set, and therefore every singleton in xi, that will be closed. Now this is a singleton in xi, so we can say that the closure of singleton xi will be same as singleton xi. So we can put this value here. So we get product of closures of xi's is equal to product of singletons xi's, and therefore we can say that the closure of singleton x is equal to product of singleton xi's, and by definition product of singleton xi's, that is the singleton set x. So we can say that the closure of singleton x is same as singleton x. So we can say that x is T1 space. Now conversely, let us take the product topological space is T1, and we claim that each coordinate space is T1. Each coordinate space we have denoted by xj, where j belongs to the index set I. We claim that the closure of singleton set consisting of element xj is same as the set consisting of element xj, and this should be true for every xj belonging to the coordinate space xj. Now let us take xj belonging to the coordinate space xj, and let us choose an element x which is formed by the coordinates xi, where I belongs to index set. Now let us take, for I not equal to j, xi belongs to the coordinate space xi, and for I is equal to j, xi is equal to xj. So in this way we have formed the element x of the product space x. So we can use the property which is given to us that x is T1 space, therefore every singleton set in this topological space will be closed. Now x belongs to the set x, therefore singleton x will be identical with its closure. Now substituting the value of singleton x, by definition singleton x is product of singletons xi. So from here we get the closure of singleton x is equal to closure of product of xi, and this is further is equal to product of closures of singletons xi, because closure of product is equal to product of closures. So from here we get closure of singleton x is equal to product of closures of singleton xi. Now let us combine equations 2 and 3. So we can say that singleton x is equal to product of closures of singleton xi. Now every singleton x can be written as product of singletons xi. So from here we get product of singleton xi is equal to product of closures of singleton xi, and from here we can say that each singleton xi is equal to its closure, and this is true for every I belonging to the index set. So this proves that each coordinate space is T1. Thus we have proved that if x is T1 space, then each coordinate space xi, that is also T1. So this completes the productive properties of T1 spaces, and this completes your section 2.